All right, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Before I get started, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and my elders, the great millstone who lead, teach, and rule well. Love and honor my fellow I can push the word in true faith and sincerity across the four corners. Shalom, peace and blessings to the sincere listeners and the sincere subscribers of the men and doctrine of great millstone. This is the brother Edified from Jamaica Land Church, coming with another quick lesson through the Spirit. And came across this article here from Newsweek.com. Kind of caught my eye. It says India orders $5 billion aircraft carrier with eye on China, report says. Now, I'll say this really quickly. Now that is, of course, a very significant purchase with the budgeting or agreeing to a deal of $5 billion. Of course, that's a very significant purchase, especially considering what those funds are going to, with them going towards an aircraft carrier. However, when it speaks upon, or when you hear talks of India prepping or building their military in opposition to China, just making a note to the listener, to a reader, as you come across your own material, look at it, and really consider, would that be a wise move for India? Because what have we, beginning with our apostles and the elders here at Greek Millstone, been speaking of for years now, is the BRICS alliance, okay? And the BRICS alliances going into Brazil, Russia, okay, India, China, and South Africa. So that's why I say I'm not going to, I'm going to follow, the theme, okay, in the flow of the article as it's written. I'm just making a note and keeping it, noting that, as we come across information, especially dealing with the alliance countries of the BRICS, understand too that, some or a good amount of the information may be swayed with a Western eye, okay, to persuade the minds of the masses. But with that being said, also keep in mind that India and China, they are growing allies through the allies of the BRICS nations. Okay, just food for thought, man. Okay, but I'm not going to read the article in its entirety. Just want to get a couple points. But like I said, this is from Newsweek.com. It says India orders $5 billion aircraft carrier with eye on China. Report says, India will build a second indigenous aircraft carrier in a $5 billion purchase to enhance its sea power and counter China's growing presence in its neighborhood. Like I said, keep in mind and always consider for yourself the flow of these articles, man. Keep in mind that most, if not all, of these news outlets, somebody owns them, and for the most part, a lot of these articles are designed with a certain level of persuasion to make a reader believe one thing, but the all-out truth may be another. It says an acquisition council led by India's defense chief Rajnath Singh approved the decision last week, Bloomberg reported on Tuesday. It will be India's third carrier, alongside the Russian-built INS Vikram Aditya and the INS Vikrant, the first variant to be made at home. The slated addition to the Indian Navy maritime capability will be crucial to New Delhi's search for greater influence in regional and international waters amid a shifting global power balance and rising tensions among territorial disputes in the Indo-Pacific region. So yeah, it does make sense. Thinking of it this way, if America and Canada or America and Mexico ended up getting into conflict or a serious more so skirmish, yeah, they would use their weaponry, okay, and equipment to fight said skirmish or conflict, But for the most part, because there hasn't been for, a long time, going back to primarily the French-American War, the French-American War, and the Spanish-American War. After that, there hasn't been, the bigger conflicts have been outside of, the West for America. Think of that same way here when it comes to India. Like, yes, of course, in that region, and it came to the point that they had to use this weaponry for local purposes, they would. But in the grander scheme of things, man, really they're prepping it for a bigger international play, But India, historically, tries to kind of play the middle ground as far as between China and America. They really want to trade on both sides. They try to play the middle of the fence, But at some point, they're gonna have to declare fully who they're really with. But in scope of growing their military, when it comes to communicating that to America, to the West, of course they're gonna say, they're doing it because of the threat of a rising Chinese power. That's what they're going to say. That's what makes the most sense to push out there, The slated addition to the Indian Navy's maritime capability will be crucial to New Delhi's search for greater influence. Already read that, Slakia. Skipping down a little bit, and these ads were crazy now. Just to give a sense and scope of what this new ship would enable India to do, it says the new carrier is projected to hold at least 28 fighter jets and helicopters and displace 45,000 tons of water, a common measurement of warship size. The Vikrant also displaces 45,000 tons. The carrier is to be equipped with French-made Rafale jets, Bloomberg said, a decision reflecting India's ongoing military modernization and partial phasing out of older Soviet and Russian-made hardware. So yeah, like I said, India is just working to find their place, in the race, man. In which India is a growing power. I would say, man, just speaking as a man, I would say, a big part of India's power, also just like China, a continuously growing population. To where if they had to grow or really back their standing army with manpower, they have a lot of men, who actually join those forces and those ranks to get busy, man. And really, we speak upon and we, address a lot of issues, and going forward, man, don't be surprised, either as someone who is doing the work and pushing forth these gospels and and measuring the time diligently, man. Or someone who's just listening, to these lessons, and these epistles and these warnings, man. Don't be surprised if you don't hear a lot, even as it's written of, the end days and the end times, a high time of wars and rumors of wars, man. Don't be surprised if this becomes a greater and greater topic, man, because the pieces on the border being moved, man. That's $5 billion. That's a lot of money. It's they're growing as a military power. I'm gonna get to the scriptures and close out. I just want to kind of speak upon this. Kind of give a significance as far as importance why this is a significant move. Because these formerly weak countries who are being made strong, not only are they going to have to garner, and require a certain heightened level of respect on the global and international stage, they're going to be deemed to be more and more important partners and allies going forward, because this whole world is quickly approaching World War III, man. So this is Joel 3. I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. You see? So even with India, you know, when's the last time you've heard, you know, even myself, I would have to look it up, you know, but when's the last time you heard of India dropping $5 billion into one warship? You know, and here's the thing about, and not only is it a warship, it's an aircraft carrier. Aircraft carriers, if you know and you're familiar with naval ships, especially modern naval ships, aircraft carriers are really like cities on the water, meaning that they're really designed to give air force and air cover at a distance away from home base, you know. Now, yeah, you could, and the country could put an aircraft carrier kind of in the, you know, in the middle of an ocean, you know, to give them like an extended aerial reach. You know, as far as mainly it would be like fighter jets, you know, like, you know, fighter jets meaning, you know, them fighting or intercepting. You know, it wouldn't be like, you know, bombers or anything like that typically, you know. But meaning what I'm saying, what I mean when I say that is they're really designed to be more so offensive, meaning you would take this aircraft carrier and you would send it to someone else's land or someone else's dominion so that you could gain or push an advantage from the skies. You know, aircraft carriers typically aren't looked at and thought of as defense vessels. They're offensive vessels. They're for when you go on the offense. You know, I just want to paint that picture. You know, and India, they're investing $5 billion into this one ship, in which that's going to increase their aircraft fleet from 2 ships to 3 ships. That's major news, man. Okay, verse 11, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. See, and this is being done at the will of the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai. In the same way that we say and believe, you know, that when and as America has created these these weapons of mass destruction, you know, and also these other nations as well, going into the ICBM thermonuclear missiles, when we say that, hey, these weapons were created and they will be used, you know, in the minds of a lot of people, they can't really fathom or understand or comprehend that these weapons, you know, will be used, man. You know, they're just not being created just be set up upon all pretty to be all shined up and, you know, nah, these things will be used, you know, and we know and understand that they will be used because that's the will of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You see? Verse 12, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. You see, so yeah, that place of judgment, Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, you know, there will be a great assembling of great armies, you know, in the so-called Middle East, man. And it's going to be magnificent, man. It's going to be a sight to behold, man. It's going to be a sight to behold, you see? And seeing for the masses of the people who are steadily concerned with and enthralled in the ways of this world and the BS of this world and the cares of this world, you know? Now, of course, we have to, you know, do what we got to do on a daily basis, you know what I mean, to sustain ourselves. I mean, that's life, you know? But you best believe that mentally and spiritually, man, we are the hopeful elect. We're not in this place, man. There's a million other things that we would like to do other than the things that require of this world for us to, have our necessities, our roof, our shelter and our food and our clothing, shit like that. There's a million other things in the spirit we'd rather do, But when it's all said and done, we, through the spirit and power, mercy, and grace of Yahweh Shema Shah, we're constantly coming back to our first love, man. Constantly trying our best to serve Yahweh Shema Shah. Not only within our own bodies and our own vessels on a day-to-day basis, but even as far as continuing to warn our people, man. That's the difference. These people are all sucked into this world, and this is a world that is quickly being dissolved, and the things that we speak upon clearly show that. Come on, Jake. Verse 13, it says, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great." You see the people, the wicked of this world. Give me 1 second. The wicked of this world, man, they're all enthralled in this BS, man. Like I was saying, and then too, the mass of the people don't understand the picture and the painting that the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai is laying down, man. We're seeing it develop, man, because we're constantly looking for it. We're constantly speaking upon it, and it's close. It's close. And it's close mainly too because we can see how the wickedness of this world just continues to overflow. Continues to overflow, man. Here it is, we're around the corner going into December 2023, and I can only imagine the wicked shit that we're gonna see next year if we, Lord willing, if we're not delivered. It just gets worse and worse every year, man. It does, seriously. I'm gonna read one more verse and close out. Joel 3:14, it says, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is near, in the valley of decision. You see? So this is close, man. And Lord willing, the Most High Yahweh Shema Shah continues to keep a spirit upon us to just keep doing this work, man. Keep us strong in the spirit and in the faith, guides us in continuing to just make good sound decisions, man, and continue to separate us from the mass of these people, man, because these people are through, man. For real, these people are through. So I'm in lesson off here. Lord willing, you've been edified. Once again, before I close out, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rachak Wadash, double honors to my apostles and my elders of Great Millstone who lead, teach, and rule well. Love and honor my fellow Akim, pushing the word in true faith and sincerity across the four corners. Shalom, peace and blessings to the sincere listeners and subscribers of the men and Doctrine of Great Millstone. Lord willing, you've been edified. Till next time, Shalom.